One thing I'll never lie about, Islam gave me community. I prayed shoulder to shoulder with brothers. We fasted together. We broke bread together. There was structure and rhythm and purpose and honor and family yoking. But you know what it lacked? Healing and transparency and the ability to be seen in weakness and still be weak yourself and be loved. It was performance-based. You had to be polished. You had to recite the right words. You had to look like you were on fire and killing it in school and fitness and in your relationships, or people would talk and like really talk. And so when I left, I wasn't just losing my religion. I was actually losing the scaffolding that I had built my life on for the last 2 decades. And so today I want to talk to you guys about the isolation that you would experience after leaving, because nobody really warned you about this. Like that silence, that ache, that pain so deep in your heart when you look in the mirror every time, like the spiritual confusion after walking out, because you can leave the mosque, but you don't immediately have a church and a church family. You could say goodbye to your family's faith, but you don't know how to live inside of a new one. So for me, I sat alone for months with no one to pray with, no one to ask hard questions to, no one to cry with when the cost finally came up to me. And that's when the enemy's going to whisper the loudest. He's going to say, you're alone. You're messed up. Go back. You should have never left. Look at all the betrayal and the hurt. That's what I heard. And that's why there's so many Muslims who convert to Christianity and revert back, not out of belief, but because of support. And they had a better life with Islam despite it being false. So Jesus doesn't save you to walk alone. Like, he's going to lead you into the body of Christ. And this is not a religion. This is not more rules, but a spirit-filled, cross-carrying, blood-bought family. And I want to talk to you guys about one of my favorite verses, Galatians 6:2, which says, carry one another's burdens, and it is in this way you will fulfill the law of Christ. So I found brothers who wept for me, pastors who saw me, spiritual mothers who fasted for me, men who laid hands on me when I wanted to give up. Community became like the hands and the feet of God in my life when I didn't have the strength to lift mine up anymore. And there's like this biblical DNA inside of kingdom community that when you become saved and a born again believer, it's so much more than like a social club. It's a blueprint to life. And so I want to read Acts 2, 42 to 47, where it says, they devoted themselves to the apostles' teachings and to fellowship and to the breaking of bread and to prayer. And all the believers were together and had everything in common. That's community. This wasn't casual. They were selling property to help each other. They ate together daily. They prayed together constantly. And the Lord added to their lives and numbers in ways that they could have never even imagined. So community isn't optional in the kingdom, and it's actually the oxygen. And that's what I did not realize. And so you cannot walk alone because the devil loves isolation. He isolated Jesus in the wilderness while he went there on his own, and he thrives on silence. And you know what's worse than a lukewarm believer is actually a lonely one. And that's why Jesus says, when 2 or more are gathered in my name, there I am among them. So you don't get that same fire and conviction in yourself when you isolate. And let's be real, like, you can't be the body of Christ if you're just a finger trying to move by itself. Like, what is this going to impact? You have to tie in with the hand and do the work, lay hands and heal. Mark 14 or 16, I believe. So we weren't meant to find God and then disappear, right? We were meant to lock arms and then go to war together. And so my challenge to you guys, especially for the tens of thousands of ex-Muslims who watch this content, or the curious Muslims who have been seeing my short form stuff, if you're fresh out of Islam or fresh out of dead religion as a whole, and you're aching and you're raw and you're lonely, do not stay there. You have to find the body. You have to plug into a community that bears not only the Spirit of God, but a real proper reverence for it. And it can't just be a schedule and more religion for you. Like, it can't replace religion and just repackage it as Christianity. Let iron sharpen you again. Let brothers carry your burdens, because Jesus didn't save you to perform anymore. He saved you to belong to this eternal family. And when you find your people, you realize that you weren't abandoned. You were being positioned. And for so long, guys, when I was Muslim, let me share this story with you. When I was Muslim, I really did not get along with my community because I was like, where is the reverence of God? Like, we're hanging out and we say God first, but like, it was school first and performance first and sports first and friendship first and family first, but never like God. Like, why were you not crying out to the Creator, asking him to restore and renew and to heal? And this was very just cultural Islam here in the West. I understand that. But the thing that I hated and honestly was mad at God for when I first converted was that I never had a community. Like I never had a real community of men around me to support me and pray with me and be with me as a man to help me like learn the ropes of life. Like it's all of our first times ever living together. And so when you're not in a community, you have nobody to bounce your raw thoughts and unserving behaviors off of. And there's no iron sharpening anything. And so for so long, maybe 2 or 3 years, I just was so upset with God, like praying to him, God, give me community, give me community, give me community. You know what happened? First, I stepped out in faith and I relentlessly sought it out. I was like, there is a body of Christ out there that is for me. And I found it only this year. And that community has been more important to my spiritual walk than anything ever has. Anything was being within a community of spirit-filled believers, and not just ex-Muslims, not just like baby cradle Christians, people who had left their family too, whether it was Mormonism or Judaism or lukewarm Christianity, and they were on fire for Jesus, and they left their family behind too. And when you find that spiritual connection, we call it family by choice, family by design. And this family is the thing that will light you on fire, because you'll be able to go on prayer walks, and you don't have to spend money to hang out with them. You can just throw a worship night and all sing to a TV. And this is going to be the soul-filling thing that you're going to be craving your whole life. So if you guys find one thing, let it be community. And that's what we're building here. We want to build a community not only online, but as like a stronghold in enemy territory, right? Like the content library that we're building here by doing this daily challenge with you guys is not to amass a following. It's to build a kingdom stronghold in this wretched, poisonous, media-filled, controlled online world. So I love you guys. I pray over you guys right now. I just want to bless you guys with knowing that you have a community that's ready to receive you fully as you are, peacefully, without judgment, but with the full intention of being with God together. So I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video.